Good afternoon, guys, or evening, guys. I've got discussion C for you. We're discussing elders and family traditions. Okay, so that falls under healthy aging for me because the more you involve an elder into your project or decision making for family traditions and things, the more they feel involved. So we're going to go through elders and family traditions for this afternoon. So please join me for the presentation. Here we go. The piece explains that family traditions, whether everyday rituals or special celebrations, act as the connective tissue linking generations. They they give families a shared identity, create predictable moments of closeness, and help each person feel part of something larger than themselves. The article emphasizes that simple routines like shared meals and more formal milestones celebrations both serve as anchors. They offer children emotional security, give elders a sense of legacy, and give me 1 second, folks. 1 second, please. Weave a continuous story across time. How traditions lengthen or strengthen bonds, concrete mechanisms. Shared routines create safe spaces. Regular meals become more than nourishment, they're inter intentional pauses where family members can check in, uh, decompress, and feel heard. Questions like what was the most interesting thing that happened today shift conversations from logistics to emotional connection. Building trust and empathy. Rituals mark and validate life events, celebrating graduations, promotions, or anniversaries acts as a collective acknowledgement of growth. These moments tell each person your journey matters to all of us. Personal touches like speeches or curated photos turn milestones into shared memories. Repetition builds identity and memory. When families repeat certain practices year after year, those rituals become part of the family's heartbeats. They create a sense of continuity that children grow up inside and elders take pride in passing down. Why this matters across generations. For children, traditions offer predictability, which is a which is deeply regulating, knowing that Sunday breakfast or holiday rituals will always happen helps kids feel safe, grounded, and connected. For elders, traditions are a way to transmit values, stories, and meaning. They allow older generations to see their influence carried forward, reinforcing purpose and belonging for the family as a whole. Shared rituals create a collective narrative. This is who we are that strengthens resilience, empathy, and mutual support, especially during stressful times. Practical ways to start or deepen traditions, actionable ideas. Begin small and regular. Choose one choose one weekly ritual that feels doable. A Sunday breakfast, a rotating family chef night, or a short gratitude circle before bed. Consistency matters more than complexity. Make milestones meaningful. Add elements that personalize celebrations, a toast, a memory jar, a slideshow, or a year in review letter. These touches transform events into emotional landmarks, invite participation and adaptation. Let each generation shape the tradition. Kids might choose the menu, teens might curate the playlist, elders might share a story. When traditions evolve, they stay alive and inclusive. Additional layers that deepen the impact. Traditions create emotional muscle memory. Over time, the body and mind associate certain rituals with comfort, safety, and togetherness. This can be especially powerful during grief or transition. They reinforce cultural and ancestral identity, whether through food, music, language, or storytelling. Traditions preserve cultural roots and help younger generations understand where they come from. They counteract modern busyness, a world of fragmented schedules and digital distractions. Traditions carve out protected time for presence and connection. They support intergenerational empathy when everyone participates. Traditions become a space where children learn to appreciate elders' stories and elders stay connected to younger perspectives. Quick takeaway: the traditions are relational glue. They strengthen emotional bonds through repeated, meaningful, shared experiences. Sustainability matters. Choose rituals your family that fit your family's rhythm so they can endure and evolve. Small moments count. A weekly meal can be just as powerful as a major holiday. Is there a particular tradition in your family or one you're hoping to create that to help you'd like to help shape something meaningful and sustainable? Okay, here's the second part of C for you all. Legacy of love, how family traditions strengthen our connections. Family traditions function as a living archive of love, rituals that hold families together across time. Distance and change. The article on your page emphasizes that these practices are not sentimental extras. They are structural supports that shape identity, emotional security, and intergenerational continuity. Whether it's a weekly dinner or a once a year gathering, traditions create a rhythm that helps each person feel rooted in something larger than themselves. How traditions work: concrete mechanisms. Shared routines create safe space. Predictable, predictable rituals like Sunday dinners, game nights, or weekly check-ins become emotional containers. Over time, these repeated touch points lower defenses, encourage honest conversation, and help family members read one another's moods and needs more intuitively. They they turn ordinary moments into reliable structure sanctuaries. Rituals validate life events. When families mark milestones, birthdays, graduations, anniversaries, they're doing more than celebrating. They're publicly affirming that each person's growth matters to the whole, these rituals become emotional landmarks that help people feel seen and valued. Repetition builds identity and memory. Traditions accumulate sensory cues, the smell of a particular dish, a song played every holiday, a story retold each year. These cues become shared emotional language that instantly invokes belonging. Even decades later, they form a family heartbeat that persist across generations. Children is deeply predictability is deeply uh, regulating for younger nervous systems. Traditions give children a stable framework for understanding family values, roles, and expectations, not through lectures, but through participation. Older older adults, traditions offer elders a meaningful way to pass down stories, recipes, beliefs, and cultural practices. This transmission reinforces purpose, dignity, and connection, especially as roles shift with age. Whole family shared rituals creates a collective narrative. This is who we are, and this is how we show up, and this is how we show up for one another. This narrative becomes a source of reliance during illness, loss, conflict, or transition. Families with strong traditions often weather stress and with more cohesion and empathy. Practical ways to start or deepen traditions. Begin small and regular. A ritual doesn't need to be elaborate to be powerful. A weekly meal, a monthly walk, or a seasonal craft can become a cherished anchor if it's consistent. Personalized milestones, simple additions like a shared toast, a memory jar, or a slideshow, or a year in review letter turn routine celebrations into emotionally resonant events. Invite everyone to shape them. Traditions thrive when they evolve. Let kids choose a dish. Teens curate the playlist, and elders share a story or blessing. When each generation contribute, the ritual becomes a shared creation rather than a rigid obligation. Deeper benefits and considerations. Emotional muscle memory. Repetition creates embodied comfort. The same song, smell of food, um, or ritual gesture can soothe the grief, ease transitions, and reconnect family members to a sense of safety. Cultural continuity. Traditions preserve heritage, recipes, language, songs, spiritual practices, and help younger generations understand their lineage. This continuity strengthens identity and pride. Practical sustainability. Traditions only endure when they fit real life. Oh, overly complex or rigid rituals can create stress or exclusion. The most enduring traditions are flexible, inclusive, and aligned with the family's actual rhythms. Quick takeaways. Traditions are relational glue that bind families through repeated, meaningful shared experiences. Small, small, consistent acts matter. A weekly meal can be a powerful, just as powerful as a, give me 1 second, folks, major holiday when practiced with intention. Okay, folks, so those are your shows for now. I might jump back on after dinner for another show or two. We'll see what I can handle for tonight. So for now, Gator Wellness, take care, folks.